Hey y'all, we're here a little bit late, but we right on time, really. If you really think about it, we on time,
Always on time.
honey. We are going to be giving you our little rundown of Real Housewives of Potomac and our sister girl Married to Medicine. Let's start off with your thoughts on the season thus far. How are we feeling about the season so far? Because it's almost over.
Is it?
Yeah, the reunion coming up.
I
They
feel
already
like they brushed. I feel like they pushed the reunion up because
okay.
the like
Karen thing. Okay.
because I'm thinking they at least I guess maybe you're right. Maybe they got about 5 or 6 episodes left. So
Left.
you
Uh
might
huh.
be right. Yeah.
Yeah, because I believe this is episode 14. What episode is this? Let me see. This is episode season 9, episode 14. Yes.
Yeah. So you might be
Red,
right.
White,
It's
and
about
Smooch.
5 left because
Mhm.
they usually get at least about 20, right? Somewhere up in
Mhm.
there.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Mhm. On a good
Okay,
season.
well, you know, I think I feel like everybody else, to be quite honest. Giselle had a
Mhm.
pretty steady season. I think
Mhm.
I'm with everything that came out with the reunion being filmed and Karen not being there.
Mhm.
Um, I'm more I think I'm more just anxious to get to probably get past the reunion. I don't know that there's even no, honestly though, because when I think
Mhm.
about it, I know Mia got a lot, but even this episode, it just kind of proved why I'm not that attached to her story. As sad
Mhm.
as it is, or whatever is going on with her, I feel all
Yeah.
those feels, but I'm not really attached to it because I don't really think this is the place for it. The subjects that
Yeah. For
so,
me, oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
go ahead.
For me, I'm kind of over this season, to be honest. It's not really much going on. I feel like it's like little tidbits here and there. I don't feel like it's really like a story that we getting brought through the season. It's just like, you know, girls kissing girls, Mia
And I am
kids.
tired of that. Like I felt assaulted as I was
It is being
I'm
forced
like,
down our throat.
Bravo, like who do I talk about what's coming through on my
We need HR. We need HR. Okay. So, did you hear the tea about Kiana and Mia possibly fighting at the reunion?
Girl, I caught that so late that I'm not even sure. Like, it feels so attention grabbing because what is it that really went on that had y'all too into it?
Yes, nothing happened, child. This is what I think. This is my thoughts on it. Okay, so that dropped soon as the news that Karen didn't do the reunion, and then I was hearing, oh, the reunion gonna be boring. Keep the reunion, keep the reunion. And then that little seed got
Mhm,
planted. Oh, it
mhm.
was a fight, and it was Kiana and Mia. Come on now,
Yeah. So Mia doing the most as she's been
somebody.
doing the whole season. Well, let me say this: I am not ever gonna be convinced that it was Kiana because
Yeah.
she's not bringing anything. So I know she didn't wait till the end.
Uh huh.
I know she didn't wait till the end to
Try to
do
pop
this.
out and
And then,
show.
yeah, and then
Hmm.
her whole story this like season so far is still about this cut on her forehead, which she's so embarrassed about. Like, so I can't. It had to be Mia
Yeah.
instigated
Hmm.
and going there. Now, what she does give me, Kiana, is I mean, I feel like we all have it. You got your classy,
Uh
and
huh.
that, but you probably go, you know what I'm saying, street real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She kind of give me those vibes
Uh
as
huh.
much as she try to, keep herself poised and proper.
Hmm.
So either way, it was both
It
of
was
them.
Mia's fault. Blame Mia.
Yeah, right. Either way, because I can't imagine what they were sitting up here fighting over.
Now, everybody, our viewers at home, y'all let us know what y'all think of the season, child. We needs to know. We
Yes,
needs to
get
discuss.
on in. Okay, get on
Join in. Let us know. Okay, so Stacy shares her shares that 17 years ago, her and her mom did a mom and daughter trip because her father died, and she was very emotional. She shared all the history of that.
Mhm.
And that's actually the flight back to my from Miami or to Miami, one of them.
Mhm.
Um, she met her husband in that flight. So
Mhm.
she was just getting emotional about being away from her family, there in Panama during the
Mhm.
4th of July. And, the group really rallies around them and say, child, we here for you, girl. We here. And then Mia sneaks in and gives her apology to Giselle. What are we thinking about this?
Well, let me say first, I like Stacy telling her story. I just felt like my note specifically says Stacy's backstory is a great example of her authenticity and depth. Like I really enjoy just hearing that much, more about just her history and everything. And then it explains a lot about her situation. Like
Mm-hmm.
taking however, the time that has been to complete the divorce, and it just made me like her just a little bit more. She already coming through as my favorite.
Stacey is definitely that girl. She
Yeah,
she got it through and
just
through.
like I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I mean, like I say, sad, but again, it just made me want to like love her more. Um,
Yes.
yeah, Mia with the apology, it's like, yeah, it took you a little too long, but Giselle got to accept it, and we'll
Yeah.
see how she moved from there. But Mia is just playing way too many games. Like she's just playing way too many
She
games for
got a lot going on this season.
me. Hmm.
And Giselle said she know how it is being a part of a group that's fractured, so she's just willing to move along. So it's kind of like breaking the fourth wall. Everybody know they don't want to be like Jersey. They don't want to be like except Dubai. So they just
Hmm.
trying to like, all right, let's just move past it, no matter how much I don't want to, which they have done in previous franchises, previous seasons. But now we see it like so strong because Andy said, I ain't playing. I'm in the
Well,
lawsuits now.
right. Well, let's
Y'all.
think about it. Like with Giselle, like I said, Giselle is having a very smooth season because she is
Mhm.
kind of playing peacemaker like.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, and I think with some like Married to Medicine, I'll compare it to them. Is like them starting off together. I think there is a protection. Like
Uh
so
huh.
that's why Giselle is not giving Karen too much grief, like kind of giving her the space to not have to say anything about
Yeah.
it, which is where Jacqueline, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's the reason why you see this girl who is from nowhere, you know what I
Mhm.
mean, coming in trying to start the mess, and
Mhm.
it's not any of the core girls because I do think they have that
That
in common with wanting,
allyship.
yeah,
Yeah.
wanting
Mhm.
to protect and cover each other over
Mhm.
certain things, and something like that I can understand.
Mhm.
And so with that being said, we can talk about this once we get through the episode though, but
Yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting about what does this dynamic look like if Karen doesn't return. I don't think that she will. I mean, but like, so what does that mean for Giselle? Is Robin going to be asked back? Because do we see a world where Giselle stays on Potomac without Karen and hardly without anybody else, that she like her and Wendy are playing nice, but they're not friends, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I was very anti, like, yeah, Karen got it. She gonna show up to the reunion, and I was completely wrong. So now I'm just hearing everybody out with this. Karen may not come back next season. Maybe she fired. Maybe she quit.
So interesting. There's always been this rule about if you don't go to the reunion, you
Mhm.
don't get asked back.
Uh
It
huh.
feels like feels like
Obsolete.
that's something that should be standard in a
Uh huh.
contract or
Uh
something,
huh.
not even just fodder.
Okay.
But I think her reps um statement, but
Mhm.
that's the thing with Karen being so ambiguous. Her statement
Mhm.
really doesn't mean a lot. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the statement just kind of left says, well, everybody was in full support. To me, that was kind of trying to say that she had gotten permission to go.
Yeah.
And like everybody's like kind of
Child, only Ray is in full support. Andy ain't know nothing about this, child.
well,
Andy.
and that's why I'm thinking too, like the timing would be,
Mhm.
because I feel like when you think about the Housewives and their reunions, he's been able to film a reunion and people full blown pregnant 9 months. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
he figures out a way to get to get the people
Get
who
his
got to be
content.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I don't. It doesn't look good for her.
Yeah. Poor thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Moving on.
did you see Ashley at Watch What Happens Live? She was
I saw
saying
a couple clips.
I saw clips on the clock app. Hold on, we gotta comment. I think she went to make it look better in court.
I
Of
think
course.
that's a
Yeah,
given.
she's
Yeah.
still trying to do that appeal. She's still trying to fight.
I think that's a given. I feel like a lot of times, well, not a lot, in this case specifically, at least what I've been
Mhm.
seeing online, I see a lot of people wanting to compare whether she'll be fired or not
Mhm.
to the other housewives who've gotten in trouble with DUIs.
Yeah.
And the difference is how it's being handled by the actual housewife. She has
Correct.
been very evasive. So what she's because everybody had their own thing they had to do in court. I think Luann had to do community service, and you know what
Mhm.
I mean. But and rehab also.
Mhm.
I think Shannon is the only one that, well, she the one that didn't have to go to rehab or some
Mhm.
for whatever reason. But again, I think she's been a very evasive, not just with her castmates, but with the other people. I think spewing around that she would be vindicated, and then this coming up, and then like I say, you skipping out on the reunion, and you didn't go to rehab in between this time. Like
Yeah, it's
you
been a
really
long.
stood 10
Mhm.
toes down on the fact that you don't have a problem. So I think that's gonna be difficult to come back from. And like saying you skip, it's kind of like a no call, no show on your job. Like even though they housewives, that's their job,
Yeah.
and no call, no show. And even yeah, you might be in rehab, but you're gonna have to find another job when you
Exactly. That is not no excuse absence, honey. We need you in your seat in your dress, honey. But Ashley kind of touched on that on Watch What Happens Live. She was
Mhm,
like, they was all brainwashed. It was her. They was out to eat and they saw the attorney. It was Giselle,
mhm.
Ashley, and she mentioned somebody else. I don't remember. It was a third person. And she was
Robin.
like, the attorney was like, oh yeah, we got this covered. And then the footage came out and she was like, she was so flabbergasted on why they took it to trial. Like why?
Well, if the lawyer walking around saying the same thing, I guess that's why. Because maybe he wasn't advising her properly.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't think that was good
I think
representation.
lawyers is two different things. You have to do what your client is, like
Mm-hmm.
paying you to do and what they tell you. So if
Yeah.
it was her decision ultimately, but
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like anybody advised her well about what the evidence was and what the repercussions was, but maybe she thought she was not she maybe she thought she was going to be able to keep it out from the public. I don't these housewives, and we can talk about this on another day, because we're gonna have to talk about that Jennifer Aiden and them and their Jersey Mike's, because that's what I'm finna say. These housewives, I think they forget that you're a Bravo celebrity, like you're
Yeah.
not a celebrity, like
Yeah.
you like, do you think Denzel is telling anybody who he is when he go to Jersey Mike's? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Jersey Mike's of all places.
of
Now we not
all
at no fine
places,
dining or nothing. We down to the subway.
I'm saying, and you getting into it with the people talking about you trying to be polite. Another story, anyway. But I'm
Yeah.
I'm saying that to say maybe clearly Karen thought that she had more power than what she was.
Yeah. I was thinking that that whole getting the evidence thrown out was gonna work for her. I think that's what she was really banking on, and then everything just started going crumbling down. But
Mm-hmm.
anyways, did the producers prompt Wendy with that phone notification about Kiana? Because
Seem
ain't
like,
they not supposed to have their phones?
well,
So
they
you
do
just randomly get this little Google alert.
have. I feel like they did. Wendy been
Yeah,
playing that role the whole time. We got a lot to
this
say
season.
about on that. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it feels like she always has been, but this season
Okay.
is kind of like her. Because nobody's like she. It's like she got this hair up her butt to call everybody out, point these
Mhm.
things out, like tell somebody when they being a hypocrite. Like it's
Yeah.
like she what I call it, what they call it, they call some people pick me's. She a try hard. That's what I call
Okay.
her.
Yeah,
Try
yeah,
hard.
yeah.
Like
I
you
could see
try
that.
too
Yeah.
hard to catch people in this and to find
Mhm.
this and to be the first
Uh-huh.
one to know. And the girl,
Just chill. Just
she
chill
did
out.
that with Kay. She did that then, and then when we get to the boat, how she just gotta be the one. Like, well, I talked to her mom. Like, if you it gave me that vibe of Kenya with Cynthia and her wedding proposal. It
But
was
why the
like,
mama know? That's not Greg mama, that's her mama.
but
How
even
the
if
mama
the
know?
mama said something to you and you
Mhm.
feel like whatever she said,
It's
is
true.
factual, why
Uh-huh.
are you saying anything to this lady? Like, she don't need
Mhm.
to know anything. Talking about, well, I'm not gonna tell. Ask the lady if she want to know, then turn around like, well, I'm not gonna tell her anyway. Like, it's just
Yeah.
like, why even bring it up? But it's because you want the other ladies to know. You know what I'm
Mhm.
like? She tried
Mhm.
too
She
hard.
trying to get that crown. She trying to get the head spot of Potomac child.
It's terrible. Like her, between her and Mia, you got the one that's trying too hard, then the other one that's doing too much, and none of it is landing.
Yeah.
Like either way, it looks bad on both of you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like one is not better than the other. Because I feel like when do you two accomplish to feel like you need to do this
Yeah,
much?
she's showing a lot of insecurity.
That's what
Mhm.
it is. That's so yes.
Well,
So to answer that question,
mhm.
yes.
It's all produced.
And
Very produced show.
if the producer didn't tell her, then she self-produced and just
Very much so. Okay, so Ashley shows some fake concern, child. Oh, I'm so worried that I mess up their proposal. I'm a love girl. You know I love girl.
Ashley just got to get her some story in there, which
Yeah,
goes back
she
to what we saying about the season overall. Just
mhm.
really not having any fire
No
to
meat.
it.
No
Yeah,
meat. Yeah.
at all. And let me say this though.
Mhm.
I need this on the internet. I'm gonna make a separate post about it
Okay,
because
go ahead.
I need everybody and anybody to know this.
Uh-huh.
I cannot be dating a man and he takes me to Paris and we do not get
Don't
engaged.
yes.
That is, we won't be, we're not no longer together when we
Yeah.
engage. There is no understanding of, well, that's not where what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Like,
You
I don't
taking
even
me
know
over
how
the
you get
pond
back
for
home.
this? I ain't trying to see no lights, no tall buildings. I'm trying to get the ring. I'm trying to get access to the money.
I'm
What's
trying to see
going
all
on?
of that too, but don't you dare bring me here and let me get back on the plane and it didn't
Without.
happen.
Mhm.
Because we both probably gonna get put off the plane on the plane ride home. We're gonna have to make an emergency stop. Like these people gotta go. Or at
Go
least
get on.
one of them, right?
Gonna be on a no-fly list, honey. Ain't
Yes,
no more trips.
that's for sure. So look, she has the patience of a saint just for allowing for even setting up. And it's something to it about it though. It's
Yeah.
something to it about it because you're not that calm about getting somewhere in like that romantic space with somebody you really do want to be with. And you're like, well, then just what's the time? I'm glad she made it clear that she has some sort of timeline.
Yeah.
Um, and Ashley taking that and making it about her,
Yeah.
that's how you ended up in this position because you brought Deborah around the Sesame Street in that in that same place. You brought
Yeah.
somebody because you was making something about you that you didn't need to.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, but again, she had to get in. They got to earn their paycheck somehow, honey. I guess.
When Candace called that girl Sesame Street, I wanted to scream so
Ain't
bad. I wanted to holler.
Let's see it. She called it right. That's one thing I do miss about Candace. She
Uh-huh.
one thing about it, and maybe she go down to the gutter, but she calls it right. When she goes,
Yes. She said Sesame Street. Not just one character, the whole street.
Pick one, honey. But she wasn't
Pick one.
eyebrows.
Okay, so next we have Wendy. She mentioned that how Karen isn't as vocal on this trip. So what do we think? We think the guilt eating her up. She trying to
No,
strategize on her case. No.
she's sober.
Oh,
So
oh
that so
yeah.
that's
That
another thing
mind.
to
Oh
think
yeah.
about her being coming back. It's kind of like a yeah, no, like because if this is what you bring, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like
Mhm.
that's not anything.
A part of the
Or
Grand
you
Dawn character, she need that liquor to give that vibration.
yeah,
That.
and at this point with the DUI and with that kind of embarrassing video, you've
Mhm.
lost that mate like you've lost that kind of let me hold my head up here and
Mhm.
tell everybody else how to behave or act. Like you're
Yeah.
not there. So
Yeah.
that can be your role. Now you still can, you still are matriarch because of your age and who you
Yeah.
are. You know what I mean? But yeah, but I thought about that as I was watching the episode, just thinking about the thoughts about what the future looks like. And it's like
Mhm.
it's looking pretty dim. Because I don't I don't see her able to come back, number one. But
Mhm.
let's just say for some reason if they do, if she comes back as this Karen, that doesn't seem too fun.
Yeah.
And
You
I
need to go
definitely
ahead
don't
and
see her attacking anybody because yeah, you're not in that position to be able to really.
yeah. Especially you
Mhm.
skipped out. You could have just got it over with at the reunion, come back fresh, new season, but it is what it is. We already done talked about the ladies and carpet munching and Mia getting fake jealous. We already said we tired of that. It's too much. We tired of talking about what happened when they was 19 and they was exploring themselves and all that. We
But
tired
you
of it.
know what else I'm sick of is
Mhm.
them trying to act like it's something wrong with us with our reaction.
I think they just put that it's a part of the recipe book. Like you gotta have like, the funny nicknames, you gotta have like the zany personality, you gotta be uber rich, you gotta have the crazy husband. And I think like that flirtiness, they try to add they feel like that's a part, it has to be a part of the housewives. Because other franchises do that too. Atlanta do that. Married to Medicine try to get into that a little bit. Candy,
Not
Portia.
I don't see it the way.
Not like this. Yeah, this
Yeah,
one a little bit
yeah, I don't
strong
see
with the
it.
back. Well,
Yeah, with all and every time it's just a little bit more. Like it was
hmm
just wasn't it the last episode? You
yeah,
was
we
just
just talked about this.
mad that so like why is it that you kind of coming out now and like double pedal? Like, oh well, I may have watched him, like and like, but then that's what I'm saying. Like, you get an attitude if somebody look at you like what,
Yeah.
or if they do something like there we go with Wendy again, Miss Tryhard. Well, you
hmm
say he ate your box, and it's like, well, actually, she didn't say that. You know what I mean, Wendy? But since you want to go there, here we are.
hmm And
So
Wendy be
now
down
y'all
to
have
the
to
kissing
track
women
if
too.
you actually did or didn't. You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
It's just ridiculous. Like I said, I feel like maybe I should write that in to Andy Cohen and just kind of tell him like I feel a little assaulted sometimes or uncomfortable. Like,
Uh
and
huh.
I know it sounds funny, but it's really for real because in this climate where it's so much going on, like in real life, forget
hmm
the housewives aside, some of this stuff, like even when you hear just to hear Jacqueline say, well, yeah, and I watched her a few times when I was younger, it was just kind of like, well, did she make you? You know what
Yeah,
I'm
it
saying?
sounded like she was like she introduced me. She like forced it upon. She
Like
said
this
some
sounds
words
like
within
you've
that.
been groomed or something. Like
Yeah,
what
yeah.
am I listening to?
Yeah, it was a little bit much. It's
And maybe
a tad
that's
bit
just my
much.
mama cub, like come
Yeah.
down. Because maybe somebody might say I'm taking it too far, but I
Uh huh.
don't think so. Like, why
Yeah.
is it that you want to get this information out so bad? And why are you wording it the way that you are? Man,
hmm
it's just it give me the heebie-jeebies. And maybe we need to slow down on it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Mm.
somebody did something illegal that they
Yeah,
wasn't.
they finna talk their stuff into something.
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
It's
Like
gonna be some Diddy files.
your way right into it.
Mhm. Mhm. We kind of touched on Kiana and her timeline and her girl math, 10 years, 3 decades, all this, all this. So you guys at home too, we got some viewers out there. Y'all leave us a comment. Let us know how you feel.
What you
Would
think
you be?
about Kiana's timeline? Yeah.
Yeah.
What
What you guys think
you
about her
think?
timeline? Would you
What
wait that long? Is 3 years a good? 3 years is not that bad.
3 is not that bad. So I'll say for me, I've already been on the bad side of being in a long-term relationship.
Uh huh.
So actually, 3 years is enough time.
Yeah, that's
And
right
especially
in
at a
that.
particular age. But I don't
Mhm.
even know if I think any age, at any age, I think 3 years is definitely enough time to know where you're trying to go with a person and whether you want to take it to another level or you know what I mean, keep
Mhm.
let it go. And you kind of have to be that way with these men.
Yes, and he older too, so
Mm-hmm.
he
When
needs to
he
get
was
right,
ready
Grandpa.
to
What he
take,
only like six, three, something, 3 years older, five,
I can't remember.
4. Yeah, I think she's like 36 and he 42.
Okay.
That's three, I think, child. I don't know. Don't
But
tell me.
hopefully she'll get it soon. Like I said, I don't know. He couldn't have took me. I know that from I've been saying that my son got engaged in Paris,
Okay,
but
congratulations. Oh,
I know. But here's the thing: his partner was like, "Oh, it's so cliche," and I told
mhm.
him that then. I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Like, do you
Yeah.
think my man could take me to Paris? Like, for real? Like,
Yeah,
now we
that's
could
a
go anywhere else."
he's spoiling her if she say that.
Right. We could go anywhere in the world like
Uh-huh.
you want to go. And I
Mhm.
would not be sitting on ready expecting a proposal. But if
Mhm.
you take me to Paris, like
The
absolutely. I'm
city
like,
of
you know,
love.
the whole time.
Mhm.
No, it like and the way my emotional maturity is set up,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mhm.
it's gonna be a problem. Right?
Yes. We're gonna be fighting down to the hotel, the lobby, and the cars on the way to the
It's gonna be
airplane.
a problem. Somebody better give me a tranquilizer.
Ooh,
Like I'm
not a
saying,
drink.
like just so I just forget about it all. Like,
Mhm. Mhm.
because no, no. So I don't like. I really. This is what I think about her relationship with him. Even though we haven't seen very much of it,
Yeah.
but just going off the things that she has said, and then
Uh-huh.
finding that little tidbit out. Um, I think he is stringing her along.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I forgot to mention this. I thought they was already engaged. I did not know this was a boyfriend girlfriend situation. She all working down to the office. Got
Oh, well, right. Well, no, I knew that was because when she was saying she was moving in, her
uh-huh.
mom was telling her like didn't want her to move in because they
Uh-huh.
wasn't engaged.
Okay, okay, okay.
But I'm trying to think when did we find that out?
That was early. I remember she had that scene with her mom. Her mom looked so pretty, looked like her sister.
Hmm.
That was like episode one, like 2 or 3. That was early in the season, but
Yeah, that to me to get to find out that y'all went to Paris, and
uh-huh.
then the way she said it is like, oh, he took me just to make like cheer me up.
Yeah, I ain't happy. I
I
ain't
think
happy.
he's stringing her along, and
Okay.
then you turn around and now he's like, "Oh well, let's move in together," because that's what. Now this is off my own experience. That's
Hmm.
what a man is gonna do. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like if he knows like you want something, but he's not gonna give it to you.
yeah.
He'll
He gonna
give you
keep
the little
dangling it.
bitty things,
Yeah.
right?
So you can hold on.
Exactly.
Holding on is really hard to do when love is gone. For
Yeah.
real.
They don't even look like they have chemistry. I agree. Yeah, she said they don't like. That's what I'm saying. Like we've only seen them just a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and like I say, just going off of her conversation, even his when we do see them, I think it's been like twice, right?
Mhm.
Um, Yeah, I think he's stringing her along. Just point blank
All
period.
right. All right. Wait, his name Greg. All right, Greg, you got to next season. We need to see some
Well,
improvement.
wait, what she tells in real time, he got until next
He
month,
right now, because they supposed to be them move. She's saying till they move into the new house that they building. So it
hmm
needs to be on the gram very soon before the reunion air.
Yeah, I don't think she's serious about it though.
But that's another housewife theme that everybody trying to like hold on for a proposal. That's a common theme in the housewife world.
Is it?
Yes.
Who you
Like in
think?
OC, with you remember with Emily trying to get a proposal, trying to get married, or it's
Okay.
always when you getting married, when y'all getting married. What? Oh, we gonna get we. I'm sure we gonna get married before they get married.
No, I'm trying. No, who was it? Because I feel
Child, I don't
like
know, but I done heard that before.
you say
Emily and
we're gonna get married
OC.
before they get married. Okay.
Who else? I don't know. I think that's a common theme though. With
Yeah, I feel like a common theme in
mhm.
for women in general, especially at a certain age, is feeling to get married
Uh huh.
and trying to rush that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because I feel like it, like for a little while, at a certain age, people, like there's these stigmas, and
Yeah.
especially when you got kids and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I do think that we see that commonly where that is like the goal on a person's mind. Um, but yeah, but I like she doesn't give me because I feel like for her if sh I feel like she would have got the ring first. I don't know, like unless it really doesn't matter
She
to her.
doing all the work and she ain't got the ring.
Yeah, she tried to tell us like it didn't matter, but it seemed like
But
it does.
that's what everybody said don't matter.
Exactly, but it seemed like it does.
Yeah, it does. It
Yeah.
absolutely does. So we have Karen. She sleeps in, but then the ladies give her the rundown. Jamal getting married. The kids barely know her. And Giselle said, "How she don't look like me? She is way out of my league."
Well, leave it up to Wendy, Miss. You want to have unity together, but you're the
Uh
one
huh.
that's gonna ask this lady about
Mhm.
do she look like her?
Jamal.
Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
Trying to
thing
get the
is,
tea.
let me just get this off. I love Wendy. I be trying to love on her hard because I love
Uh
my
huh.
Melanin sisters. But let
Of
me tell
course.
you something. You don't ask somebody like Giselle if she thinks she look like this
Uh huh.
other
Uh huh.
person.
Giselle
Like,
think,
are you kidding me?
but they all AKAs. Giselle AKA, Wendy AKA, and the new wife is AKA.
Hmm. So they ain't supposed to be dogging each other
Of
either.
course not. But here we are. Giselle flies her own. She do whatever the hell
That's
she
what
want.
I'm saying. It's like that was a absurd question to even ask this
Uh
lady.
huh.
Like, damn well, she ain't thinking nothing about this girl. And if you
I'm
don't,
surprised she wasn't harsher. She was very respectful, but in her own Giselle way.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
Hmm. And
Look, what
then they had Jacqueline report to her PP that she been out there pushing P in Panama, and he. But why would she do that? Because they're not together. You pregnant by somebody else right now in present time, and then he sounded like he was asleep. Like, okay, why are you calling me? What
exactly?
am I gonna do with this information?
That was so. I don't.
The
Jack,
girls pushed her up to do that.
I need her to go away. Every time she get on the screen,
Uh
she
huh.
is. I don't even know why. I don't know
Hmm.
why she's here. I guess to eat everybody box because of course. Well, I guess that's why she here. Poor thing. Well, her friend called her one first. It wasn't
Too easy. She said she was what she
me.
said something easy something.
Yeah, that's a look. I put it in my notes. That's exactly what she said. She was easy. Yes, Mia calls Jacqueline easy. You right.
That's sad.
What she
But I'm
said.
surprised that Mia was acting so jealous. Jacqueline is such a
Ugly.
flop. Nobody like Jacqueline
That
Potenting.
Jacqueline is a flop. She is like, you know who she remind me of, and I don't
Who?
know if because I know you love everybody, honey, but Claudia, Claudia
Claudia.
was like nails on the
I
chalkboard.
didn't like Claudia when she was on that season. But
Mhm.
I kind of like her now. I want to see what she'll bring if she ever come back. But I didn't like what was going on. It was too much in my face. It was too forceful. It was like, okay, girl, you got to get with the program and then you
I
start bossing
mean,
people around.
right? Okay,
You
you
just coming
just
in, you where you at? What you doing? Like, okay, girl, sit down, say hello.
okay. That's what Jacqueline reminded me of. She reminded
Mhm.
me of her. Like, oh girl, yeah. And I'm good on her. Like, I
Mhm.
don't want to see her at the reunion. I don't
Mhm.
want to see her nowhere.
She gonna be pregnant at the reunion.
Oh,
I
God.
like to see a nice maternity fashion.
Well, oh my God.
All right, the episode ends with a toast and a successful girls trip. We already said we tired of this season. It's not giving much. So, what you gonna rate this episode?
The episode for me is pushing a good 6, 7.
Okay, I'll give it about that too. I'm
Just
more
like
of a
it's
7.
my housewife girl. She's too much empowerment about empowerment and opportunities. Well, now she is. So she's in her lane. I feel like when she was on the Housewives, she may have been just out of her lane, out of her
Yeah.
league.
She Nene said she was down for the Reeds. Like she gave her a run for her money with the
She sure
Reeds, but it
did.
was just maybe her objective and maybe her outlook on things was a little bit.
It was the thirst. It
Yeah,
was the try hard. Like I'm
yeah.
saying with Wendy, it's
But
not about.
you remember she came in through Kenya, so Kenya probably gave her the wrong notes.
Well, she definitely came in as Kenya's backup. You know what I mean, for sure. And like you
Hmm.
said, but that's again, but you was trying too hard. Like
Yeah,
you was trying too hard because Kenya had already burned the bridges. Like
yeah,
you really didn't need to come and reinforce the burns. Like we didn't need you.
correct.
But yeah, I say a good 7. It's pushing
Yeah,
them.
I'll give it a 7, child. They
Mhm.
trying. I
They
love Stacy. Wendy, this her season. She get to skate like roll bounce. Giselle, Giselle finally kind of heating up a little bit. She trying to cool it back down.
You notice how we ain't
Keon,
Miss
hmm?
Jazzy? You
What you
notice how
say?
we ain't Miss Jazzy?
Oh, people are saying they rather Jazzy on the trip than Jacqueline. At least I would love to see the fashions
Okay,
from
she
Miss
probably
Jazzy.
would have better fashions because Jacqueline look like she don't even look like she's shopping at Fashion Nova, honey. I don't know where this lady is shopping at. Dots.
Dot, I miss Dot. I remember Dot. Stacy put some little pieces in there. You got to be able to have that eye to put them
Oh
together.
well,
But
yeah, you gotta be able to have
Jacqueline thinks she
that.
got body though. She got to wear what's appropriate for her body shape.
She got a little pancake booty. Oh God. Oh, let's move on, honey.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's talk about Miss Mary to
I'm gonna
Medicine.
beat that lady down to the ground. That
Don't
little
do it to her.
booty, okay? And then you telling somebody else about a hip they need to pop out. Like, are you kidding me?
That's Ashley too. Keep trying to tell Stacy she too bland and too she ain't got no flavor. Girl, you every bit
Stacey
of
got more
married
flavor
to.
than most of the girls
Yeah,
when it all boiled down to it. Like
yeah,
that's for me, Stacey is a two thumbs. She don't
correct.
need to go
Best
anywhere.
casting.
I'm loving her. Like I said,
Mhm,
even back with the story, just knowing more about how she met her husband. That, like she's saying, like for their holidays, it's been them three because his dad passed away.
uh
Like a
huh,
nephew's birthday, like that. It
mhm,
just gave a lot of depth, and she seems to be as transparent as she can be. I feel like
yeah,
it's okay for them to have certain stuff, like that they hold close to their
yeah,
chest, but for what it is, we couldn't ask for much more. You know what I mean from
yeah.
her.
She's doing great.
Yeah, she's doing absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
camera
she
love her, the producers love
Yep,
her,
the
the
camera,
audience
right.
love her.
Loves her everything. Even
Hmm.
even the things that she don't get. Like she's just quirky in her own way. And
Hmm.
it's cute and fun and it's not
Hmm.
overdone. It's
Yes.
not, you know what I mean? It's not her putting on like what the lady say, what you like, missionary? So she say, what are you talking about? Like,
Miss Stacy, she gonna go down in housewife history.
yeah, for I'm gonna come up with like who had great first seasons, but
Yeah,
she definitely, as out of all the franchises, I think she has had the
the
best first
best. Yeah,
season.
that
Yeah,
she that girl.
yeah, she that girl. Go on, Stacy girl. We love
We love you,
you.
Stacy.
Hey,
Go ahead and get that divorce to get rid of TJ.
I'm saying,
Okay.
TJ might be all right, but we gonna see. Cause I like
Not
the
with
hmm.
not with him acting crazy. I was
Well,
on
yeah,
his side too. He was acting
we
mean.
didn't like those things. So we're gonna give him an opportunity to
Okay.
redeem himself.
Okay, we'll see next season.
What we're gonna do is trust Stacy that
Okay.
she, you know what I mean, got a good head on her shoulders.
Okay.
She wouldn't be around somebody that would treat her badly. Like we just
Correct.
trust her until we see something different. Um, but what I did like in the clip, so I guess we'll see this next week, is like
Hmm.
being upfront with how he feel. You know what I mean? Like, so why? So it's kind of like we getting a chance to find out why they might still be in the stagnant position. You
Hmm.
ain't found it.
Okay, let's do it intermission. Let's just do a quick little intermission.
So come on, tell me what y'all think. Are y'all buying it? Y'all not buying the TJ thing? It don't look like Azara is buying it either. But I'm gonna give TJ, I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm gonna give him a chance to redeem himself. I think that he can. Hey, how you doing? How was work? You like? Uh-huh. Now we're gonna move on to Married to Medicine. You say you're not buying the TJ relationship. Okay, okay. I was just gonna give him a chance just because we like Stacy. And I would like to say I'm gonna trust that Stacy kind of know what she's doing. I'm gonna give her some trust. That's her life. And I like that he is a little upfront. I didn't like the scene that he was telling, like, what did he say? All right, now something like that. I didn't like that at all. Because honey, you better recognize who you sit next to. But I like that he sets his boundaries very clear with her. Um, and it feels like he's not leading her on like a lot of men do. Say, how can you be so religious to remain celibate, but you don't have a problem dating a married woman? Now that's a great point. That is a great point. And I am one for really kind of um not mincing what people say, right? So I agree that when Stacy came on and was calling him, referring to him as a devout Christian, I kind of felt like that was a bit much, kind of for the same point that you making, because it's like, well, I don't know why people throw the word devout in, as if it makes you any better than being a regular Christian, and especially if you doing things that might be questionable to being a Christian. So I guess you got a good point. We was talking some more about TJ and Stacy. She said she is not buying that TJ relationship, and then she say, "Mm-hmm, yep."
Sorry, y'all. I'm not just housewives from a housewife. I'm really a housewife for real. These kids don't. They is crazy. They ain't got it all.
Kids
They
be
like their
kidding,
paw. They not
right?
like their mama. They like their paw. So I gotta get them together. But thank you guys and thank you to my co-host, the best co-host in the world, most
Yay!
understanding
Thank
co-host in the world. Thank
you,
you
thank
so
you.
much for all your love
Also,
and support. Thank you. I appreciate it.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's get into Married to Medicine. The
Yes,
episode opens with some boy Botox. We got Dr. Scott getting some Botox. How we feeling about men and Dr. Scott in general getting cosmetic treatments? How we feeling about that?
I think it's okay.
Huh? You think it's okay?
I think it's okay. Now I have a thing about I don't want to date men who what I say print harder than I do. So
Mhm.
I feel like maybe to a certain like because he works in the same office, it doesn't
Mhm.
feel that out of the you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
out of the way. I feel
Uh-huh.
like if I was with somebody who we had to talk about you got to go get your appointment,
Let's
like
get
if
our
that came
nails
up,
done.
yeah, that would feel a little bit much
Too
to
much,
me,
yeah.
and so I'm kind of 50-50 with it. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't want I think I've got a post about it. I don't want to date a man who primp and get ready and pay all the attention
Mhm.
harder than I do. Like if you
Yeah.
doing more than me, you doing too much.
Yeah. I think we talked about this on another live. I don't want to be with nobody pretty. Like you can't be so
Yeah.
pretty. Like, but I feel like Dr. Scott getting the Botox injections. I feel like that's right up his alley. I feel like that's something he would do. No, for
Yeah,
me.
like it feels in the wheelhouse. It don't feel
Yeah.
like you going out your way.
Yeah. You
That's what
doing
I'm
too much.
saying. Like if you start going out your way to do certain stuff, then it's
Yeah.
kind of like,
And
like
he's a celebrity, the camera, you gotta get right and all this.
girl, not no
All them
celebrity.
really, they all do Botox and fillers. They just do it, not get obsessed with it. They do it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
intravenously or whatever it's called.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Well, what I do know is he should have
Hmm.
been letting his wife be the one who put it on him, but needless
That
to
would have been
say,
better.
he gonna continue to embarrass her every time he get on the damn screen. Right?
And can't blame that on Heavily now.
Exactly. Exactly. Look, like in Dr. Heavenly's like, I'm putting my hands
Hmm.
up.
That's
She
definitely.
had nothing to do with it. Because my point is,
Hmm.
and Contessa Miss Try Hard, because she try hard number two, like how you got
Yeah.
her picture right there. That's the picture where I said she tried the hardest and missed. And not because
Yeah.
her body was not banging. It was just like you just kind of deviated from the
The whole thing.
shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like but yeah, she said, "Oh, well, I wanted to get kicked out." Like it felt like a fake scene. It felt like he did push you off, like
Hmm.
he has done before, and
Yeah.
you wasn't ready for that, but you had to play it smooth.
Stay face. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Whole thing.
Contessa. Mm-mm-mm.
Okay, so Quad gives Phaedra the rundown on how Jackie feels about Phaedra's lack of involvement in the Met Gala planning. Then Phaedra says in the confessional that Jackie only wants to do this Met Gala honoring maternal mortality to clean up the mess that she made last year. Do you feel like this true?
Only reason why I would say it's not true is because it's the second one.
Yeah.
Uh, and so they had one before.
Mhm.
Phaedra just as shady. I mean,
Yeah.
it was sitting there for somebody to have. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah.
Phaedra picked it up. I don't.
Yeah.
It didn't land for me.
I don't
Even
know if last year they had it honoring maternal
nobody
mortality though.
liked.
I think the one little piece of it is last year they did a Met Gala, but was it honoring maternal mortality
No, I feel like they might pick a different cause every year.
every year? And
Mhm.
but she's an OBGYN. That's not too far out of
Out of
something
her
she was
wheelhouse.
already gonna pick
Yeah.
that. And that's a very, 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 very big topic in the nation and our community.
Mhm.
That's and I'm also a doula child. I got so many hats.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I'm very aware of that and all that's what's going on. So I feel like that was a good cause. I don't feel like it was too far. And if it was it was to help clean it up. It wasn't like, okay, this I'm moving shit out the way to try to make this
Well,
happen. It was
even for
like
what she said
two
last year,
two
it
birds, one stone.
sounded worse than like like it's kind
Hmm.
of because we live in this world with clickbait and
Yeah.
like where you know what I'm saying, if you catch one thing or like you say a phrase something the wrong way, like
Yeah.
it can be taken. i
Hmm.
I feel like because it's who she is, the
Hmm.
reason why that phrase got, because I
Alleged.
think that many of us have probably said sentences
I feel
very
like it was
similar.
kitchen table talk. It
Right.
wasn't for live. It
That's
was
correct.
especially
Yeah,
yeah, it was
I can definitely agree with that. So
yeah, she
yeah,
was
so but I,
specific.
like you say, as far as her doing something specifically to make up for that,
Mhm.
no,
Mhm.
and like I say, Phaedra, which is why they was making fun of her this episode. Phaedra has lazy reads, and when
No.
you think about it,
Seriously. She
yeah,
basically reading the paper in the confessional. Like it's so like I'm
yeah.
just here
So
to
and
get
so
this
the
check.
any read she have is just laying right there for you.
Mhm.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So
Mhm.
it's not like she is clever with the things
Yeah.
she come up with. She, you know,
Low
so
hanging fruit.
and low hanger fruit. So par for
Mhm.
the course on both ends, right? Like
Mhm. So the group minus Sweet Tea and Contessa meet at Heavenly's Lake House to celebrate the accomplishments of her son. Good job, Zachy. He's so like I love how confident he is, but he's different. But he like get his mama together and she know like to be calm. I love that. Wait, hold on, we have another comment. I have never seen it for Phaedra. Never understood the hype around her. I did. I loved Phaedra when she first came to Real Housewives of Atlanta. I loved her, but after that Candy thing, I cannot. Like that was too much. Now, what if we would have never found out? What if we would have never knew? That is mind
that's true.
blowing to me.
That's true.
But yeah,
Well, everything in the dark comes to the light, honey.
after a while,
What they say. But I mean, I kind of feel that same way. I think that it was then that I started to see Phaedra differently because even when we go into her being evasive about her, pregnancy due date with Aiden and
mhm,
just moving on, and then the
uh-huh,
stuff with her and Apollo,
yeah,
with him going to jail and her if she was dating chocolate and all of this.
mhm,
She just had a way of slipping through a lot of things. I don't know.
yeah,
And Kenya was so more polarizing in their back and forth
mhm,
that I think we just always rooted for Phaedra in a
mhm,
sense,
mhm,
because Kenya was just kind of mean, like
yeah.
in general,
She took it on. She took it head
Yeah,
on. Y'all
yeah.
want me to be the villain? Okay, let's go.
And so,
Mhm.
like you said, once that kind of came out with Phaedra, I think that's when we all really did look at Phaedra differently because that we're not gonna brush it off like it was just some regular housewife father.
Yeah,
Like
that was
it's a
a
bit
little serious.
much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a bit much.
And so even now, um, she threw under. Well, that's what we're saying, So
Yeah.
like when that came out, like, and then it kind of it reminds you of the Maya Angelou saying, like, when a person shows you who they are, you believe them the first time. So we knew who Phaedra was the very first moment she got on the screen.
Yeah,
And
Shane
she lied
changed.
to six other women who had babies. Like you wasn't talking to women who never gave birth. Like you probably
Yeah,
could let that story go with them, but you told this to other women who had given birth to their own children.
yeah. Should have
Like,
been down to the OBGYN office. Done
I'm saying,
know the
right? Yeah,
dates.
took it all the way
But
there.
I
Like,
was a young girl, so I was just watching. I ain't know. Now I done have 4 babies since then. And I'm like, girl, you cannot electively have no C. You is not Beyonce. Cannot just have no
you
C
feel, well,
section.
I would say this is what I would say about
Mhm.
an elective C-section.
Mhm.
If you go past your due date, you do pick, like, because I've done that. Like I
Mhm.
didn't have a C-section, but what I would do, kind of like, so about birthing plans. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So
Mhm.
I talked to my doctor about what the plan is, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, my due date is on this day. How much longer am I going? Do you want me to go after the due date?
Induced. Uh-huh.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So we would have that type of plan. But
Mhm.
like you said, like just straight up scheduling a C-section,
Yeah.
like because
Cause
this
he's
ain't work.
so big and he on my bladder. Girl, if you
Exactly.
wanna move your bladder to the side and cook
Girl.
that baby.
But we doctors like so, and oddly enough, think about when she was out saying that she was
Mhm.
on that show, but Married to Medicine was not even anywhere thought of.
Yeah.
That she couldn't have said that on the show, like with Jackie and you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and
Yeah.
Dr. Simone is sitting, because they will tell you like, no doctor is
Girl.
state license just giving you a C-section. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like for
Mhm.
no reason. And
Mhm.
while we know doctors abuse things, we know that
Of
that's a
course.
problem. Right. Because I think, sometimes people are concerned that doctors schedule C-sections like too quickly in order to get the
Yeah,
money.
get that money, that insurance money.
Right,
Yes.
but generally, I think more times than not, especially in a case like Phaedra's.
They'll find a reason.
Hmm.
They'll the heart rate going up and
Right,
all that. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, but and some of that stuff you just gotta trust, but like you say,
Yeah.
yeah, no complications.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, but again, she said this to this one, and so that's why I say when we get all the way down to what really happened with that lie with her and
Mhm.
Portia, it just kind of took it back full circle. Like, well, she showed us that she was a liar, and a liar that would take it all the way
All
to
the way. All the
the
way to the
end.
grave, down to the ground.
Down to the ground. Somebody else gonna have to come and say, like, well,
Yeah.
he looked at me and say, well, no, you 40 weeks. Like you trying to get me to say something like, no, you
Uh-huh.
40 weeks this
And
time.
then had the nerve to have the cameras in the delivery room, girl. They know they rambling around looking at some papers.
Right. That remind me of the I don't know if y'all ever watched The Office, but
Mhm.
Angela tried to do that to Dwight. She
I
tried to
think I
tell
remember.
him that the baby was premature,
I
and
think
the
I remember.
baby came out. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay, so then we have congratulations to Saki. Then we have
Yes,
Quad offers King's arm to help Phaedra down Heavenly's little steep property.
right.
How do we feel about couples? Then you got your friend that's a plus one, y'all out. You got any story times about that? Any
Hmm.
interesting
I
things?
don't, to be quite honest, because if I have married friends,
Uh-huh.
but I don't think I do a lot of hanging out with them. Um,
Mhm.
I think those things do get tricky. So funny when
Yeah.
she say, "Well, you can help her down," and he grab her hand, and so she say, "Well,
Uh-huh.
I told you could grab her arm, not her
Uh-huh.
hand."
He let go. He know better.
Um, it's just tricky. Like
It is.
I
I
think I feel like a gentleman should be a gentleman, right? So
Yes.
if you are with me and my girls, if you open the door, like like you're not gonna just slam the door
In
behind
front of
me,
them.
or you
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I think it just depends on the guy.
Yeah.
On the guy, a gentleman
Mhm.
should always show up like a gentleman, and it
Mhm.
really doesn't matter who that is. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I feel like
Yeah.
maybe that's how you know the difference between what's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah. I stay away. I stay away from the men's, even though I got my own men's.
Right.
I stay away. We have like a friend group, and all the guys know each other, and all the girls know each other. But I still stay away because I know how people is about they man. They will
Well,
beat
that's
you up,
true.
girl. All you have to say is good morning. Why you talking? But I stay away, child. I don't learn my lesson.
Well, that's true. And I think that is like that, like all together is one thing. But
Mhm.
now, if we talking about private conversations, because
Yeah, that's
I feel like marriage
Kyle.
and medicine have gotten into some
Mhm.
conversations about that before, like
With Dr. Damon
somebody,
and Dr.
right? Yeah,
Simone.
somebody DMing or reaching
Oh
out
wait.
to a husband or something.
I don't know now. I don't remember that.
No, I got to
Maybe
think about it.
I remember. Wait, I think it was Dr. Eugene DM Dr. Heavily, but it wasn't on nothing,
No,
inappropriate.
but they brought up just in general. Like
Uh
that's
huh.
the reason why those lines kind of for the
Yeah.
people in the South why they exist. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like where
Hmm.
if you got a problem with the wife, you go to the
Oh,
husband. You
yeah.
know what I mean with it, and then you don't directly like even going to somebody's house. Like
Yeah.
if you going to like your husband's boy come over. If your husband not home, he shouldn't come inside the house with
Yeah.
you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Correct.
he's supposed to go on about his business.
Mhm.
Say, I don't want any implications. Right. So that I
I
feel
stay
like
away, child. I feel
that's
you
just
with
that
Nick.
fair. Yeah.
Nitwit.
And
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you what, I go as far as that could include Facebook and like some social
Yeah,
media
being friends with them, on following
platforms.
them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's another thing. Okay, Toya brings up that Heavily needs to apologize to Contessa. Heavily flips it, and now the spotlight is on Phaedra and her Met Gala co-chair position. Heavily is announced as the co-chair, and Phaedra calls the group BITCH
Now,
BS.
Phaedra, I ain't like that.
Yeah, I'm surprised they let her get away with it.
I'm
I was
surprised
waiting.
too.
I'm like, oh, y'all must really want Phaedra to be on this cast. Y'all was supposed to lay her down, but they have been giving it to her behind her back, giving her a little shade. You know,
Yeah,
I saw
well,
the
she
sneak
was
peek for
like, now
next
she
week.
threw what she say. Now was that in the confessional or was that in front of them? Was she called Dr. Heavenly's Little Lake House?
I didn't see it, but I saw people talking about it. I didn't see that. I didn't see that in the
I
episode.
feel like I feel like maybe that was in the same sentence.
Okay, okay.
Like in this little, or I can't remember if it was the confessional. I'm gonna have to rewatch it. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
I was like, see, this is where the problem come in with
Mhm.
us. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you got several jobs. They have careers. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, if we like, do we want to break that down?
Yeah.
Now you might own these businesses, then say that. Say
Yeah.
I'm the owner of several businesses. That
Yeah.
sounds better than I have many jobs.
Jobs.
Right, because jobs sound real low vibrational. It
Yeah.
sounds like for me, I don't know
Mhm.
how you got time to film if you
Yeah.
got these many jobs. Because
Mhm.
jobs sound like something you have to show up for and actually participate and do to get the
Mhm.
money. Now, if you just running businesses and making money that way, then say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're
Mhm.
not doing nothing different than what the rest of them doing. That's what Phaedra lost me with that. And then, like I say, downplaying Dr. Heavenly's lake house, even though Dr. Heavenly probably kind of can use a little taste of her own, digging. I just don't like to see it either way. Which is say that wasn't even appropriate shade to throw at a group of women when you're the odd one out.
Girl, these people calling me. I don't owe nobody no money. Why is they calling? They calling me.
It's like, I don't owe
I don't
nobody
owe
no
no. Well,
money.
I kind of owe some student loans, but they ain't getting that back, child. I'm sorry. That was a long time ago.
But yeah,
Y'all ain't getting that
that
back.
was not appropriate shade to throw at I agree.
Yeah.
I
It
agree.
wasn't It wasn't warranted. Like you feel your back against the corner, but back against the wall. So you just trying to throw stuff like, okay, let it be classy. What Miss Church Lady at 9? You talk about Heavily is a church
Well,
lady.
Not Dr. Nobody. Dwight, I happened to check out, see he had a post on Instagram where he shaded, so he went and doubled down with Phaedra
Uh
and
huh.
was like, what group of classy women serve out of aluminum pans?
They
And
had takeout from.
that was my point. That's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. Like, what are you talking about?
Mhm.
Like here's the thing. Like, just because I'm well off, it
Mhm.
doesn't mean I have like my friends come over for a barbecue. I don't
Yeah.
have to serve you on Versace plates. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
And
saying?
they had a nice little setup. The table scape. It was beautiful. It was nice.
And not to mention, but let's just go back to the what they were there for,
Yeah.
celebrating
Her son.
her son
Mhm.
graduating school and going to medical school, dental
Yes.
school.
Mhm.
And then this is the part about Married to Medicine that I do absolutely love is that they do little things to bring it back to being to what do we call it, like visualization, like
Mhm.
representation of
Mhm.
like there are only 6% of African American doctors.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
that's real, and
Yeah.
like we too busy now. We're gonna talk about this another day too. Make sure y'all subscribe.
Hit that notification.
Because we might do some impromptu, but that's because we too busy telling our kids that college not for everybody. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so then we turn around and wonder why we don't have physicians that look out for us and look out for the things and diseases that affect us.
Yeah.
We wondering why ain't nobody found a cure. Like, cause
Yeah.
you know what I'm like. And here come Phaedra. That's why that kind of irritated me in
Uh-huh.
that sense because Phaedra presents herself as much more intelligent than what she just did. Like,
Yeah.
and so like taking the dig at them, like I absolutely love the fact that Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie and even Dr. Heavenly, even though she on her way over there, um, that they not so engulfed in Birkin bags and Chanel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they live a lifestyle because that's the way doctors
That's
live.
yep.
You know
That's a
what I'm
doctor
saying?
life.
Yeah, that's what it is. They just happen to be on TV, and they
Yeah.
didn't let TV, switch them around to present something else. And we got to be appreciative of that. So Phaedra, that was a miss, and so yeah, you take that type of shade, get your
Yeah,
back on.
going down to the other side of Atlanta. Going down to the other side of Atlanta.
Yeah, get with with them girls who ain't got nothing, no
Yeah.
degrees, no
Mhm.
stature. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? For you to
Mhm.
really come in and attack. Cause I'm a medical biller in my professional life. So
Mhm.
I remember having to tell people all the time though, like I do take up for doctors just because you can't take something away from somebody just because just you think that it's not this hard when you
Yeah.
didn't put the time to do that. You know what
It's
I'm
hard,
saying?
child.
Like
I wouldn't dare
if
take them
it was
classes.
easy to be a doctor, we all would be do it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like we
Mhm.
all would do it.
Mhm.
No, and you have, and I don't go for people just disrespecting people who have done things like that. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous, and especially us, women of color, men of color, like for real.
Mhm.
Every
Yeah.
time and especially a young guy, like we need to see that. So I will say this for Heavenly. I think that that's the direction she's trying to move in, as
Mhm.
far as because she know these girls is coming after her personal life, so she is wanting the network to focus um on her family, on what her kids are doing, because she is
She
raising them some good kids, and they are
yeah.
doing stuff. And
She
maybe,
mentioned on her live that Phaedra is actually the one who kind of like, come on, Heavenly, we need to see more of this. We need to see this.
okay.
So she said she encouraged. She's like the encouragement for what we seeing on this
Well,
episode
that's
today.
good. And so
Mhm.
that goes to show, like I thought Phaedra would be of that
More for
mind.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like, but that little attack and dig she did, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't find it fun shade either.
Yeah. Me either.
Because
That was not
not
good.
many of us got houses on the lake, even in a position to get one. So
For
I
a
just
second house, not the first
right,
house.
right, a second house. So I just don't think that's okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Phaedra, yeah. So we'll get on down the road. Like,
All right, Miss Phaedra gives Sweet Tea the rundown on the Med Gala drama and all what happened at the lake house. And she throws shots at Dr. Heavenly, calling her the devil. Quad asks King will he speak to her ex-husband at the Met Gala as they're getting ready. And he said he's not concerned and asks is she living in the past. Have you ever been to an event where your new man with your old man there too?
I wouldn't say an event. We may have
Uh-huh.
been at a barbecue or something together.
That's an event, girl.
That's an event. Maybe at a club or something, but
Okay, yeah.
nothing. For me, it wasn't nothing too. Because I would say this. I've not been married, so I do think it might be something different to
For
somebody
Mary,
you've been
yeah,
married
the
to. Y'all
ex-husband.
got a divorce, and now you
Mhm.
coming in,
Mhm.
into spaces with each other. And then, especially the way they left things off. But at this point, I feel like they should be just fine. Dr.
But
G is
we see
looked
they
at it.
not. We
Yeah,
still got to fight in Key West.
right. That's right.
Yeah, so they
Now let
talk
me just say
eventually.
this for the record. Sweet Tea gotta go. I don't like. I'm done with her.
Okay,
I
Miss.
tried
Bye
to
bye,
give
Miss
her.
T.
I tried, but
We all
even
tried.
And we all tried.
We all did try. Cause I like her. It's just like, girl, no, that wasn't the angle. You were supposed to go down the street and then up the corner, but you just trying to ram down the highway. No. We could it could have been like toe to toe. We could cause you already know Quad is everybody's favorite. Now it could have been a little bit of like, oh, that's interesting. Like who we like, who we like.
Mhm.
It's like you not making yourself likable.
Yeah,
You're not doing it
yeah,
right, honey. You're not doing
yeah. Like, mm-mm. Yeah,
it.
this should be it for her. It really it should be it.
I
I'm
love
like,
how definitive you be like, no, that's it. No.
yeah, I paid my man up. Like she
Yeah.
not coming back.
So we finally see Dr. Mimi. Girl, where you been? We finally seeing you, sister. But Dr. Heavily said that it just may have taken some time for her to sign her contract. When Dr. Heavily was saying, I don't really know what she giving like in her lives. I don't really know what Mimi giving this season. Da da da. It seemed like her husband more want to be on the show because he was the ex football star and he probably want to get in that limelight again. So I was
And
like,
he
oh
was
Lord,
real
Mimi ain't
quick
got
to drop that $5,000 on that glass bowl that
trying to show off.
quad blue.
And why Quad
Man,
Man ain't raise? I was looking for him to raise his hand.
that's
Maybe
what
he
I'm
do.
saying. So let me just say allegedly, because now this is the messy part of me. Because I was
Uh-huh.
like, well, you know, they had the rumor out that Quad was sleeping with
What
some
married
married
man? Oh
man,
Lord. Not Miss Quad, Miss Quad.
and then yeah, because I mean $5,000.
That's a lot of money. But I think he was just trying to show off, this my first
He didn't have to
scene.
show
Let me
off
get in
with
here.
5,000.
Yeah,
He
that was a
it
lot.
seemed like he
For some
purposely
glass.
was up doing the date with Phaedra. Now, of
Mm-hmm.
course, we don't really know the order that all of this actually
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
happened. We just know
Yeah.
the order that they
They
show
want
us
us to know.
to
Yeah.
us, right. But that's what they did make it look like.
Mm-hmm.
The producers messy as hell. They know
Shady,
what they was
shady,
doing.
shady. Mm-hmm.
Because they knew they was gonna put that out there. Because
Mm-hmm.
again, like mind you, this is a handmade, blown,
Mm-hmm.
glass.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. What?
And
Only thing about it is it's one of a kind. Because I guess it's the only one she made. But yeah, you just dropped 5,000. Like,
they had such rinky dink things to auction though.
girl,
But
Faye
Dr. Have
needed to go somewhere with the trip to this what I had in my notes. The trip to Morocco, right?
uh-huh.
When no plane fell.
Yeah, just the hotel. We could go down to we could have got anything for and how much was it? It was like 4,000.
Well, that's what they tried to auction it off for, honey.
And it,
But
oh
that's
yeah, and it went the 3.5.
I 3.5. Well, finally, somebody get on it. But that's what I said. Them producers messy as hell
Mm-hmm.
because they had Cecil and Simone's confessional
Confessional.
where they was talking about it. Like,
Uh-huh.
if you're gonna offer a trip, like it's got to be some airfare with it. And
Yeah.
like you said, especially if it's gonna be Morocco,
Yeah,
like.
way across the pond, international.
And
Yeah.
so they come back talking about, well, who won it? And here come Miss Tryhard talking to her daughter,
You
talking
want to go
about
to Morocco? Child, we gonna pray for Contessa though. We gonna pray
can we
for her.
just talk? Can we just talk about how hard Contessa had to try to fit her way into that scene?
They let it. They edited her in. They let her that scene fly.
She tried like several times. She try hard. I'm telling you, she's a try hard. Poor Contessa. Oh my god, I'm so
Poor
sorry. I
thing.
don't pay you enough attention. That's a shame.
um. So Dr. Damon and Greg they speak again, child. Why they had to speak again? I don't know. Why that first one couldn't have been good enough? Who knows? Why they got to keep talking?
Dr. Greg
But
was petty, and I really didn't like the way Dr. Damon did come at him. No, it did
okay.
feel like he was pulling his card.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
it seemed that way to me, and I don't
Mhm.
think Dr. Damon is a naturally like messy or
Yeah.
aggressive person. Like I
Yeah.
don't think he goes around like he say like purposely trying to offend anybody.
Yeah.
But in that moment while that conversation was happening, like when he said, "Well, why are you so sensitive, man?" Like I felt like that was you was pulling that man card.
Yeah.
Because what you was really telling him was that he was being too sensitive.
Yeah.
And Greg might be, but y'all already know that. Like
Mhm.
sometimes that kind of irritate me about a person too. You know that that man is petty and emotional. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Like that. I mean, she say she saying Dr.
Dr.
Damien is just like his wife. See that moment? That's what I'm saying. That little moment, it was real nice, nasty. It felt
Mhm.
like you knew exactly what you was doing,
Mhm.
and it did seem like you was trying to punk him, like
Mhm.
that, real talk. And luckily for Damon, I guess Dr. Greg didn't get as emotionally unbalanced as he can be. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because
Mhm.
maybe he don't want it with Damon. Like Damon looked like he be in the
Very stalky. Very, very
yeah,
strong looking.
he might not want it with him.
Uh-huh.
So he knew to stay seated. But
Uh-huh.
Dr. Damon was definitely pulling his card, and he definitely owed that man an
And
apology.
he gave his
Yeah,
apology.
big ups
Mhm.
to Eugene for talking
Facilitating.
about it. Now, I
Mhm.
don't know if I did in one of my lives, but I just want to say this too about the men over at Married to
Married to
Medicine.
men.
I always really do, for the most part, enjoy when they do it, when they talking with each other, and calling each other out about different things. I think
Mhm.
that men in society in our world sometimes don't get to see that a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And really don't have like a lot of brotherhood unless they've been to college or in a fraternity or something like that.
Mhm.
So it's really, I always like to see when grown men can come and have conversations about like well, I'm gonna use the term checking each other. You know what I'm
Yeah. And it
saying?
don't get heated.
And it
It's
don't get
everybody listening. Everybody. Okay.
mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
yeah, Eugene did good to go tell him, and he
Mhm.
did good to follow suit and make sure he made it right. Cause honey, Dr. Heavenly Petty, like how she almost went over there to pull Dr. Damon
Yeah.
away while he was
Interrupted.
talking to her.
Yeah.
Talking to him. Like, hold
She,
on. And
I
see,
already
she
know.
was
I can hear her. I can hear. Y'all talking too much. What y'all talking about? Come
mm-hmm,
on. Come on. Come on. But
mm-hmm.
Daughter Damon, he know his wife, and she know her husband. He was calm, and then she just skirted away. It was
Yeah,
good. It wasn't no blowout.
yeah.
So they do that the auction, quad cooking with quad. Child, why Dr. Greg talk about who what he say?
That
Who
like
like
she
she
can
could
cook.
cook.
Mm-hmm.
You know that lady be cooking. She done got her seasonings. You know you was down to the kitchen excited about.
That's why his wife says stop lying.
Yeah, stop lying. And her goofy stuff, he trying to put up a united front for you. You talk about stop lying. Trying to just goofy. That's why Dr. Heavy always calling you country. You gotta get with it. Get with it.
She
Oh
got
Lord.
you quick.
And then the face he had after is like, girl, you wasn't like he was like stunned, like he ain't know what to say next. So they was giving out Botox. Well, it wasn't giving out. They was auctioning
Just say, let me get some.
Botox. Um, and then Phaedra ain't. Hmm?
What else did they have?
The Morocco trip Botox, two different Botox packages.
Right,
Cooking with Quad, the Quad love thing she blew,
right.
and they had. I think that was it.
Oh,
Oh,
and they had
Phaedra, Miss
Phaedra's
Phaedra, who ain't
46,000.
sell the night. Hmm?
Look, Phaedra's 46,000.
Child. Why
Girl,
she had that old man up there? First of all, why he
what
just
was
wasn't? Why he
that?
ain't raise his hand during the auction? Why he
That's what
just
I
pulled
was
him out your
saying.
back
Like, what
pocket?
was that? Like,
Yeah,
what
that
did
was weird.
you really? And I got this saved for another day too, because we're gonna
Uh,
talk all about Portia freaking frack over there in
mm-hmm,
Legos. But that's what I'm
mm-hmm.
finna say. Like the timing of it all with this airing, with that, like the optics don't look good at
Yeah.
all because baby, it do look like you be putting it on sale, honey.
And why
Um,
y'all was dating 28 years ago and this man got more gray hair than a color gray? And he looked like a grandpa. Yeah, she gonna have to do it this time. Sir,
he had
you're
to pay them,
embarrassing
he had to
me.
pay them law school bills, I guess, honey.
She talked about what she was doing. Her
But yeah,
job,
like this was bad timing. And
Yeah.
that's like what they say, it didn't land well. Like how you set something up and that did not land well at all.
Yeah.
He should have
Definitely.
raised his hand, like you said, during the auction, like
Yeah,
everybody
that would have made
else.
more sense.
You calling him up personally
Like
to for
Jackie,
him
like
to.
if he was fine or something, we would have been like, oh, we would have been gagged. This old
I
man.
wouldn't have if it. I would not have just because you specifically had to call
Waited.
him out to do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been gagged about
Mhm.
that because it,
Mhm.
no matter which way, it still looks like you set it up or it's an arrangement. Like
Mhm.
I said, like you got that thing on sale, like
Yeah.
and he just coming to confirm. Like
Mhm.
it didn't feel like he was sitting in the audience bidding for another
Yeah.
chance. You know what I
Maybe
mean?
if it was
Like
her
that
real
looks
man
so
or something,
different.
that was her introduction to like, oh yeah, this my man, this my new doctor or something like that. Maybe we would have been gagged then.
Maybe, yeah. Now, if that would
Yeah.
have been a gag, yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
But honey, she over in Legos, her and Portia, where they have been for like they
All
trying to
right.
take
So
pictures of them.
they go back and count the money like the Baptist church. They go to the back, count the money up with the ticket sales and the auction. They surpassed their first goal, but not the new goal that Phaedra done said 100K.
Right.
They halfway there. They ain't even less than halfway there. So Phaedra seemingly holds true to her donation promise, and she wrote a check, but her check said 100,000. It didn't
So
say
she
like
wrote a
the
check, she wrote the
46.
big check
Uh huh.
to present to the guy.
Okay. Okay.
And
So
then
that's
her
okay.
check
Okay.
gotta go,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. That make more
Now
sense.
what we do
Okay.
gotta find out is making sure she actually wrote that check and that it cleared, because you know they gonna tell.
That's the next episode. We already going I saw a sneak peek, and they all the ladies sat down. It was Toya, Simone, Jackie, Heavenly. They was all sitting down making fun of Phaedra and saying like we gotta call her. She owed it. Like they was counting up. She owed this much. Da 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 da. We gotta da da da. So do y'all think she actually ever give it? Cause that's a lot of money, girl. That's your whole paycheck.
That's why Dr. Jackie, now let before we go, because we almost at the end.
Yes.
Dr. Jackie's showing her slip. Well, ain't that what
Yeah.
and it's not looking that great. I
Okay.
think I don't like the messy Dr. Jackie. I don't like
Okay.
the snarky Dr. Jackie. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like her better in the role that she
The
had
professional
been in. Yeah.
sisterhood. Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
but the whole you kind of in on the shading.
Mhm.
It's just looking low vibrational, like
Okay.
way low, way up under your price, your
Mhm.
price level.
Mhm.
Um, what is something specific? What about that? Oh yeah, she said, "Oh, I'm glad Phaedra, like basically can write the check, like it's like yeah, like exchange or something.
Yeah.
Maybe she can. Like I don't know, honey, but like you say, one
Jackie,
thing for
the
sure,
other Jackie, not Dr. Jackie. That man, that old man Jackie, probably
yeah."
gonna write that check.
Right, the whole man Jackie. Ain't that it? Oh, but yeah,
So,
one thing about it, if she don't get it to them, they will tell it. So we
I
gonna find
can't wait.
out.
Can't wait. It's gonna be good.
Mhm.
So how y'all felt? How you feel about the decor and the looks? Cause Sweet Tea looked at a good old mess. That's a try hard right there. That's the try I in the art.
No, you
Girl,
want
you
to
should have
know
called me.
Sweet Tea can't get right.
Yeah, no, that's her. That's her. That's her. That's her. That's her. That's her. Can't get right. Come on, stand up, fight back. Weak in the
Sweet
knees,
Tea
girl.
can't get
She can't,
right.
girl. Can't to save her life.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel I'm gonna be soft on Sweet Tea just
Mhm.
because I feel like she still isn't like getting it like with the
Mhm.
girls. Like I don't know if maybe her boobs too big. I don't know. She don't have proper
She
under.
love a scrapless top.
Yeah,
She love a scrapless top. I was just
but
thinking about
get
that.
something to hold them suckers together. Niecy Nash walk around here all day long with her boobs spilling over, but they ain't flopping all in the.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
That's what people don't understand that about certain things. Sometimes they feel like if you mention something about somebody's size or something, like you body shaming. That's
yeah,
the big thing, body shaming.
yeah,
And it's like, no, not everything is flattering, no matter how small you
yeah,
are or how big you are. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like they make
Mhm,
it in everybody's size, but not everything is flattering. And I
mhm.
feel like that's what people need to be looking for.
Realize.
But
Yeah,
I feel like if you have self-esteem issues in a sense, then that's hard to gauge,
tell
right?
somebody.
You won't
Yeah.
be able to figure out what
Mhm,
looks good on you because you constantly questioning yourself, and your
mhm,
body and stuff.
mhm.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's the thing, it's like her boobs. Yeah, her boobs are big. Nobody has a problem with that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But why are they flipping all around and wiggling all around in your dress that
yeah.
you probably paid a couple $100s for? You didn't pay another 100 to get the proper undergarment. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
She got
That's
access to
what
the
I'm getting.
money.
Huh?
She got access to the money.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And baby, if you buy the right undergarment, you'll be good for a while in the
Yeah,
rest of your clothes. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But stop trying to like that. Like that's why I say she can't get right
Mhm.
because she not try hard because she ain't trying hard enough. Like
You got it. You coined the term. You got it. You got it. You got it.
hard enough. But like if that's why I can't deal with her. She is too busy trying to dig her heels in about being different than them ladies.
Yeah.
And what she doesn't realize is some things, because it's not about being like them, but
Mhm.
it's just like ladylike. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like for any female, like I would tell the same thing. And not for nothing. Look, I got a little story time. I've had to have a conversation with a sister-in-law that about her bra. Because like she said, well, I'll go get them from Victoria's. It was years ago. She's young, because I don't know what happened. Something came up about the bra size that she had on. And so her defense was, well, I get them from Victoria's Secret. So I
Mhm.
kind of said, well, whatever you paying for the bra, you not paying getting what you pay for because it's not the right size. You know
Woo.
what you pay for it don't matter if it's not doing what it's made to
Yeah.
do. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like, yeah,
Mhm.
if your boobs falling all out your bra, then you
Mhm.
need to find what size you need.
Mhm. Mhm.
The bra is made to hold them in. Like, hello, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with sweet tea. It's
Yeah, sweet tea.
like you probably should. And I don't know if Phaedra is the right person, like because it seems like that's who she with at this point.
Yeah.
But it might be all right to get somebody to kind of show you the ropes in this world,
Yeah.
and I hate to say it that way, but that is what I
It
think.
was supposed to be Dr. Heavenly, but they fell out because you remember she was part of Dr. Heavenly University.
Right, right. Well, see, and Dr. Heavenly probably could have helped her with some of that too, because she
Yeah,
don't be
I think.
too bad. And
Yeah,
again,
I think
it's
she a good mentor.
well, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's just about presentation. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like I say,
Mhm.
it's not about being like somebody. And I
Yeah.
think that's what Sweet Tea, she's just too focused on making sure she is not like them in any type of way. And it's gonna be to her downfall. She's gonna be down to YouTube covering them next season and she ain't on it.
Cooking with Greg.
Right.
Mhm. So who was your favorite look? Who you think looked the best? We all know Sweet Tea was the worst child. It was horrible.
Well,
So who was
Quad.
the best?
Quad gets it right most times.
Yeah, I like Quad. I didn't like
Mhm.
that it was pants, but I liked
I
Quad.
like dance.
You like the jumpsuit? Okay,
Mhm,
okay,
mhm.
okay. I like Quad. I like Dr. Heavenly. I feel like it's a little bit predictable, the little glitter. It's a little bit too
Dr.
safe.
Heavenly stay safe.
Yeah, it was a little safe. I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember what Dr. Jackie had on. They said Dr. Simone had the Blair
Dr.
Witch
Simone
trunk.
looked like she came from Little House on the Prairie. Somewhere.
She had, I forgot what, a smock, like a smock kind of, like it was like
It was with them roses, and then
uh-huh,
like,
uh-huh,
oh,
uh-huh.
like here I go. I said it to myself, y'all. I said that must have been Thomas Jefferson's concubine.
Concubine. Simone, you on the wrong show. Go on down to Potomac. Trying to be a
Look,
concubine.
well, what's that show that's on Hulu? What the Handmaid's
Oh,
Tale?
Handmaid's Tale. That's what she was giving. Now we love it. We love it, but we gotta modernize it. Bring it to
Modernize
the
it,
future.
yeah. But
Bring it,
yeah, you could have brought
update
that material up to date.
it. So what are you rating this episode? How are we feeling about this episode?
For me, I think it was still in that middle part. I'm still going with about a 6 or 7.
Yeah, I said 7.
They kind of coasting a little bit.
Uh-huh.
They seemed like I'm really surprised that the Met Gala came, because that was something that I kind of thought we would have seen a little
The
bit more
finale.
of.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it was quick. But they also Dr. Heavenly child, you know, I love down to Dr. Heavenly Live. She was like they only had a couple of days to get it together. So I don't know why they only had a couple of days
Oh,
to do it.
okay.
So I guess that's why it was so, but another thing I want to talk about the Met Gala. Why
Mhm.
it looked like it was nobody there. It was only a
It
sprinkle
did.
of people.
Maybe it's because they only had a couple
Couple
days.
of days to put it together. But I was like, oh honey, there's nobody here.
And then the Phaedra, if they was depending on her Rolodex, it seemed like it seemed like that
Then
worked
Dr. Heavenly talk about everybody done had her there. I was like, oh
right.
Lord.
Lord. Yeah, so it did look a little empty.
Uh-huh.
Like we saw Anila.
Anila, Dr. Alicia,
Mm-hmm.
Audra was there.
Audra, yep.
Audra, they're pregnant
Now,
again,
do you
child.
know now Audra? Let me write this down. Audra
Uh-huh.
is a housewife that I really think should have gotten a second
Yeah,
season.
that's everybody say that.
Yeah,
I love Audra. I liked Audra. She
yeah,
was
I
that
did
girl. I
too.
liked her.
She should have
She
gotten a
should have got
second
another chance.
season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Um, I think that was about it. Oh, and Dr. Contessa, honey, trying to get her way in any way she could fit in. Poor
Let's see if she
baby.
full time next season, child. She been
Girl,
working
I take it,
hard.
but I mean, she works, she is trying. She
Hmm.
is trying, but I can't take it. I don't think she should have come back this season.
Okay.
And then still, like, her and Dr. Heavenly's beef aside, it
Hmm.
seems to me that she doesn't want to have any conversation about her marriage with Scott, right?
Hmm.
So coming back, even off of what you was just dealing with personally, Dr. Heavenly be aside, you know what I mean? Because
Hmm.
again, we watched this, so it's kind of like when you come back, did you think you was just gonna like like
Yeah.
revamp everything
Everybody
and not
forgot.
visit? Yeah, and
Like
Scott.
Phaedra did. Because Phaedra ain't answer for nothing. Maybe
Well,
she
I
was
mean, but
taking
I
after
feel like
Phaedra.
we really gonna have to wait and see, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
what I'll say about what Phaedra, like possibly what she answers to, whether it'll be an answer or not. Phaedra, she's a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, she's a
Yeah.
lawyer. So I feel like she is good with her words. She's good
Hmm.
with, you know what I mean, turning it around. So what? So the term answer to it, whether we think we get the answer we looking for, is gonna be one thing. But I'm for sure somebody is gonna ask her about it
They
while
better.
she's sitting over there. You know what I'm
Oh, I'm
saying?
boycotting.
I am too, though. No, not that. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna throw it out here. I think it's Cynthia.
Okay. Yeah,
I
they
think
be
I'm
pumping
giving it
Cynthia
to
up to do
Cynthia.
all her
Huh?
dirty work. And
Right.
she a
That's what I'm
friend
saying. I
of.
think it's
So
gonna be Cynthia, because I almost forgot that she was coming back as a
hmm.
friend. But
Hmm.
once I remembered, I was like, oh, like she's the one. Because if it's the other girls who wasn't around, they don't really have no reason. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Outside of just being messy. But and then the way that it looks, is that she came in when Kenya was out, so it's not Kenya. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm a say it's got or Shamia or Cynthia, one of the two. But somebody is gonna ask her about it.
Yeah.
And now, like I say, the answer that we get, I ain't sure if it's gonna be worth anything, but I
Mhm.
don't think they're gonna not. And so that's kind of for me what Contessa seemed to have expect is
Yeah.
that I'm going to direct and have only like basically have this beef with Dr. Heavenly about what I'm mad at her about without even acknowledging that all of this shit was going on when, you know what I'm saying, that season anyway. So you just not addressing it with anybody,
Mhm. Mhm.
which that's what I mean. Like, if that's how you feel, if Scott is in his feelings to where he not even coming around the group, why are you here?
Yeah.
And it's clear that production seemed to feel the same. Because why was they avoiding you at that Met Gala?
They ain't even have like a little segment to say, "Hey, I'm here with my daughter." We just see the daughter there.
That's what I'm trying to say. They was avoiding her, like
Mhm.
literally. They
Mhm.
was literally avoiding her.
Mhm.
She was popping in wherever she could to say something. Like it was hard to watch.
But I was watching. It was hard to watch, but I was right there.
Because she don't get it though. It's like she doesn't get it.
Yeah.
And it's like, girl, like production is shading your ass, like for real. And let me just say, back to Contessa. What is with
Mhm.
the hairdo in her confessional? All right,
Which
I'm done
one?
with her.
Oh.
The one with the little split, the wig, and the little bun.
Oh yeah, and the wig. Yeah, the wig was it's awful, girl. You know, now that was Dr. Heavenly Beauty. That was Heavenly Beauty's store. That was like, girl, you let me put that wig on for you. Why would you do that?
And you just sat here a whole 6 hours and did umpteen confessionals in it.
Girl, then no, but you remember it was last week's episode where it was brought to my attention when they had their foot up trying to show their red bottoms. But now I'm seeing this episode, everybody was doing that. I think Simone was like that, and Dr. Heavenly had their little foot. I'm gonna go back and screenshot.
Okay.
But they all of the ladies, it wasn't the men, but Scott, it was Scott and Contessa. But
Mm-hmm.
with I think it was Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Simone, they had their foot little scooched up
Mm-hmm.
with just one
Mm-hmm.
foot to show they had on red bottoms too.
Okay, well, listen, not unless they dressed up for the Met Gala. I'm gonna
Mhm.
say, see, the only red bottoms that be impressing me when a person got them on their feet
Mhm.
is when the red scratched up and stuff. Because what that tell me is
Mhm.
like it's not just one pair that you. Because that's the if I got a pair of red bottoms, I had one pair that I
Uh-huh.
pulled out for special occasions, and yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'll probably be trying to make sure everybody knew they was
No.
red
Uh-huh.
bottom. But when you wear them every day, you know what I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
yeah, let
Yeah,
them have
this just my play
some
shoes. This just, this ain't
right,
much to
exactly.
me.
A little light. Well, this is my
Yeah.
everyday shoe. Okay.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay. Now see, I'm impressed by that.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah, yeah.
the like, okay, you can get your pair. But like this is the thing. I feel like little stuff like that, like some we probably are the people that have materialized a lot of stuff,
Mhm.
but like I said, I feel like as doctors, like of course they have nice things, but
Mhm.
I don't necessarily see them being these aggressively like
Yeah.
label like whores, like
Yeah.
Toya in a sense. Toya
Mhm.
is kind of more, and I mean, she's
Materialistic.
a housewife, so I feel like that's par for the course, a little
Mhm.
more materialistic, a little more
Mhm.
into how the things look and stuff, and wanting
Mhm.
them nice and spending all the money.
Yeah.
Um, but I feel like they kind of are more practical. That's what I'll say.
Mhm. Mhm.
But no, I didn't notice it. You think that's a thing, or you don't think that's just the way they foot went?
Child. They trying to show off.
They trying to show off, honey.
Phaedra got them trying to, Phaedra say y'all not one of them girls. Like y'all.
Oh, now let's go back to that though. Like
Mhm.
her calling them all like I'm not gonna let none of you
Mhm.
bees and
Mhm.
like what do you think she meant by that? Do you
Like
think that she
they they
thinks she's
they
way
they
more
on the Married to Medicine show. They
famous?
ain't no Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all ain't no real, real big time celebrities, real big time Bravo celebrities. Like people don't know y'all like that when y'all go out.
And
That's what
so,
she meant. Like I'm
wow.
not trying to impress y'all. Y'all need to be impressing me.
Yeah, okay. I
Hmm.
get you. That's what like that yeah, back to it. That was nasty.
Yeah, it was
Cause I
unwarranted.
do feel like even though she's the lawyer, but that's the thing, like y'all are all professionals, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So like I don't think bless you, like the like not for nothing, but your ride or die at this point, like say who you over there hanging out with Legos, in Legos is Portia. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like her her mental level. I was trying to say it nice.
Not mental level.
Maybe that wasn't the right way.
Oh Lord.
Let me back it up. Because I'm not saying that you like. I'm not saying that just because you went to college or just because you went to, like you got your law degree or med degree, like that you can't be friends with people who don't. But what
Mhm.
I am saying is to downplay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
Some
was
that
wrong.
do, and then like you kind of pushed it, like your barometer of success is skeeted over that way. You know what I mean? Like, which
Makeup
at some point
bags.
somebody did let you know that you should have education because that's what you went and got first. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like you
Mhm.
didn't have the thought frame that you would marry well and that you would be like for me, Portia is doing what she had always, you know what I mean, envisioned
Sought out to
herself
do.
doing.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, so Phaedra, she lost on that one. She
Mhm.
lost.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't like that at all. And I didn't like it, like I say, I already because what I was talking about was her saying the little house, the little lake house.
Mhm.
I didn't
Mhm.
like that, but I meant to because she never did answer Quad, and Quad did let that kind of roll off. But I
Yeah.
felt like they need to hold her feet to the fire about
Yeah.
it because
Yeah.
that was like, what do you mean? And I agree,
Maybe at
like
the reunion.
like, what you mean? People who go to medical school, like
Yeah.
bitches like that, like.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Which right, yeah,
Mhm.
honey, be clear. Who, and it seems like so. Go back to how people do things.
Mhm.
Phaedra is the one that it seemed like she is feeling a little inferior because for you to go in and know you should like the thing is to raise money. It seemed like you trying to prove a point to them,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I don't know if they care all that much. I mean, it's like you trying to prove that you're way more fabulous, but
Yeah.
I don't think they care. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
they're not
That's
in competition with trying
mhm.
to be fabulous.
Yeah.
Maybe Contessa.
Sam. Mhm. Contessa, yeah, she trying to come back and be Beyonce.
Right,
And
yeah.
that's up
Yeah.
Toya alley. But Toya even just like, girl.
Right. Like,
Mhm.
cause Toya down to earth though.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's why we like Toya
She be
still.
on that reefer.
Wait, you say to be on that reaper? Well, yeah, she's good because it keep her
It keep
grounded.
her calm. Yeah, 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 yeah.
We like grounded, but now I would say it's because she's from Detroit. I think that's
Yeah. Yeah, that's
yeah.
too.
I
That
think
too.
it's because she's from Detroit. I feel like Midwesterners are
Mhm.
just real down to earth people. Like
Mhm.
and they can get along with like all sorts of people because that's kind of what it is in the Midwest. You
Midwest.
come
Mhm.
across all kinds, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Low, high, whatever. But you always can be down to earth and relatable.
Mhm.
So yeah, we got through
We
another
did it again.
episode.
I made it all the way through this time.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Yay me.
Kudos to the kids.
They over there. I can hear them fighting, child. I can
Hmm.
hear them fighting. Um, but yes, we did it again. Married to Medicine, Real Housewives of Potomac. We'll be right back Monday around 2 midday. We give y'all a midday break. I know y'all
Yeah.
on lunch break. We can see y'all looking. Go ahead and
Okay.
like the video. Share the video. Give us a follow, or subscribe. We'll be here giving y'all all the tea. All right, guys. Bye bye.
Bye.